Okay, folks, the World Cup is here, cricket fever is here, but guess what? It could get even bigger because all indications are that cricket could be an Olympic sport at the 2028 Los Angeles Games. The first time since 1900 that cricket will be in the Olympics. What does this mean? Who better to answer that than the US ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti, the former mayor of Los Angeles. Welcome, Mr. Garcetti.
Great to see you, my friend.
What have you done? You've got cricket at the Olympics in Los Angeles. Have you got something to do with that?
Well, I've got cricket fever, just like you. And when I was mayor of Los Angeles, we brought the Olympics. But one of the things you get to do when you win the Olympics is bring new sports or old sports into the games. So I've been working very hard for a number of years, saying we have cricket, this huge sport with hundreds of millions of fans around the world. And for some reason, it's not been in the Olympics for over 100 years. So I worked very closely with the chair of the Olympics, so my good friend Casey Wasserman, who's the chair of the LA 28 Olympics. And we both decided a few years ago, let's see if we could get cricket in the games. I never dreamed I'd be the ambassador in India, the capital of cricket in the world, when this announcement was going to happen here during an International Olympic Committee meeting.
That's fantastic because, the fact is that cricket in America have had a vexed relationship. Every now and then we try to push cricket to America. The T20 league is there. But America has somehow always preferred apple pie and baseball. Is that changing?
Well, it's interesting. America actually has a long history with cricket. The first international match ever played,
That's right.
1844, in the United States, in the state of New York. And yeah, we became a baseball country, but because we're such an immigrant culture, we have folks from India, from South Asia, from Australia, from New Zealand, from Britain, from all over the Caribbean. In fact, Americans are the second biggest streamers of cricket. So we've watched cricket as Americans, but we have never had it. This year that changed with Major League Cricket, which just started. Shah Rukh Khan has a team in my hometown, Los Angeles.
That's right.
So it's beginning to catch with folks who are traditionally not cricket fans. And then we've got millions of cricket fans already in America. But we just thought this is a gift to India, a gift to the world to include cricket in the Olympics finally. And I know it's going to get the medal count up for India too.
That's right. And is it a sign also of the sort of Indian American immigrant community coming to, becoming more and more influential in the United States, that they love their cricket, which is perhaps why they're live streaming the sport. But this is a recognition in a way of their role in American society today.
Indians and Americans of Indian descent are changing America every day for the better. And you have people like Satya Nadella, who heads up Microsoft, and he owns one of the Major League Cricket teams with friends who are Indians, who pooled their money together and said, why do we just have to watch it across an ocean or over a border? Let's do it here. So whether it's the CEOs of companies, whether it's new immigrants who have come there, even the second and third generation children who are raised just as Americans, but they have that passion that their mother or their father taught them about cricket. So the time is ripe. We're going to make history, and we're going to do it during the World Cup right here in India.
I've got to ask you this. If you had to pick between baseball and cricket, no-brainer, would you sort of go with all your LA teams instead of going with maybe one of our IPL teams? Is that?
Well, I love both. And I'm a Dodgers fan. We're in the playoffs. We've just lost the first two games. We're on our last rope, but I'm still praying for my Dodgers. And there's nothing that beats a baseball game with friends. But cricket is something that I've always loved. I lived in the UK for a while. I played a little bit there. And my message to Americans is you don't have to choose between cricket and baseball. In the same way that people thought soccer, as we call it, would never take off in America, you can love American football and world football too. So we've seen that change. I feel it myself, and I've gone to a few IPL matches. I went to the Delhi match. I went to two actually in Ahmedabad, went to the finals in Ahmedabad, but then it got rained out.
Yep.
And to me, there's actually excitement all the time. Even more than baseball, there's constant action. Constant action. So while baseball, I think, is the more kind of meditative afternoon, take it slow, enjoy time with friends, cricket is like action, action, action. So that's the pitch to Americans. If you want baseball, but with more hits, more throws all the time, check out cricket.
That's interesting because for the longest time, cricket was seen as a leisurely colonial sport. Played over 5 days, Test cricket. We've come to T20, which is suited to the American way of life, and it's sort of changed the way the game is. Are you going to go to see India versus Pakistan, possibly in Ahmedabad? One of 120,000 people in that stadium?
I would love to, but I think it's the same day that the Olympics will start. So I don't know if I can get up there and get back to the Olympic Committee meeting where we have to ensure the final vote happens. LA's already approved it. Now the blessing needs to come from the International Olympic Committee. But maybe we'll see them back together in the finals and I can get there in Ahmedabad.
So what will this mean? You know, having cricket at Los Angeles, what will it mean for the sport? Do you see it as the sort of final frontier of the globalization of cricket? Because we've always seen America and possibly China as the two final frontiers for cricket to go well beyond the Commonwealth.
Well, I'm confident that somebody investing in cricket in America right now is going to see it take off. But it's not really an investment for America. This is a recognition that cricket already is a great global sport. In fact, it's one of the greatest global sports. Tell me any other league where you have the national teams, besides the World Cup for soccer, that comes together and plays nation versus nation. And cricket does it 2 or 3 times a year. World Cup happens only, every 4 years or so. So we, I think, recognize that this is time. We are excited as an immigrant country and a country tied to India to do it now. The time is right. Let's get it done.
Have you been stunned in your time in India with just the sheer enthusiasm for the game? Look at it here. And I look at this, and the big change for me is women playing the sport as well. That is. Are you hoping to have a men's and women's a sport at the Olympics? Will there be 2 medals at stake?
We want women's and men's.
Wow.
Mithali Raj and I were together in Mumbai. She's my favorite cricketer, by the way, and she, taught me a couple things. And to see girls' teams, to see women's teams, this is a universal sport. It doesn't matter what country you live in. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. Cricket dreams are ripe here. And I always joke with my American friends when they say, so explain India and cricket. I say, well, India has 3 favorite sports. Cricket, cricket, and cricket. And the rest are all after that. So it really is almost a religion here. It's a way of life. People live and breathe it. And if you want to, you can almost watch cricket year-round, someplace or another, so it's time to add the Olympics.
That's right. We're happy that we've now got a javelin thrower, gold medal winner, and we're growing in badminton and other sports. But cricket is part of our being. I lived my early years in Mumbai, and you couldn't do without cricket. It was cricket and cinema. I say cricket, cinema, and music are the 3 ways into an Indian's heart.
Yeah. Well, don't forget food.
And food, and food.
But truly, and I think here in India, what you see too is you can't understand India as an outsider if you don't understand India's love affair with cricket.
There is a poster I have at home, Cricket is explained to an American visitor, about how people go in and out, and when all of them are out, that's when the game is over. But I can see that we finally got an American ambassador who understands his cricket.
Oh, I can do this. Yesterday I was at a dinner with 25 European ambassadors, and one of them said, I don't understand cricket. And I took 2 salt shakers and 2 cups, and in less than a minute I explained it. He said, that's the best explanation I've ever heard.
Not bad at all. So cricket is truly global.
It is.
When you've got the American ambassador explaining cricket to European ambassadors, you know you've arrived. How good a player are you?
I'm a very beginning player. I love to bat. We'll send you some pictures. Recently I played with our U.S. Embassy team, which is a very good team of our Indian employees and some Americans. But, I don't know. You be the judge. I'll go maybe hit a few balls.
Yeah, I'm going to get you because, Alex Ellis, the British High Commissioner, is also obsessed with cricket. I think
British,
I think we're going to have a British High Commissioner versus American Ambassador match soon.
Well, I better get practice because he has, I think, a few decades of practice on me.
Come on. The Americans, once they take to a sport, make sure they're good at it.
True.
That's the American way of doing things. But we're going to test Mr. Garcetti's abilities with the bat. Are you going to bat?
I'm going to bat.
Okay.
Let's do it. Are you going to bowl?
I'm going to bowl. I was a batsman. I'm going to bowl, but I will try and see if I can get the American ambassador out.
All right.
We'll try.
No Yorkers, all right?
Okay, no Yorkers. I'm very poor. Go for it.
All right.
I want to introduce you to someone. Ragini Malhotra is the head coach here.
Ragni is my coach.
Yeah.
She's a National Cricket Academy coach, so she's very good. And I was just telling the Ambassador Ragini how women are now taking to cricket, right?
Yeah.
You've got what, 50% women here now?
No, not say 50%, almost say 25 to 30%.
And good?
And good. And a lot of our girls are being selected in state.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the ambassador just told us cricket is going to be included in the Olympics
Yeah.
in 28.
Yeah, that's a good news for the girls.
Huh? They could get a they could get a gold medal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They got a gold medal right now.
What is the big change you've seen?
Media coverage. Yeah. And getting the sponsors. But basically things changed after BCCI took over the women's cricket.
So
I played before that, so there was nothing for us.
There was nothing for you. How much were you paid per match in those days?
We used to pay ourselves.
Yeah, that's the big change.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now they get.
it's the same pay, right? IPL.
That's right. That's right. We're going to give.
amazing.
If you play for India, woman or a male cricketer get the same amount of money.
Jay Shah, my friend, he said he made that happen. So
Yeah, that's great.
absolutely,
That's
yeah.
a great news. And now they are wherever the men are traveling, women are also traveling.
Great. That's where it should be.
A lot of exposure.
If you had to give one tip to Ambassador Garcetti in batting, what's the one tip you'd tell him? Kuch to bol do. What is that one tip?
I just want to change his grip.
You want to change his grip? Show him the right grip.
I went up too high, right?
Okay. No, it was not too high. You was keeping here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I'm used
So-
to in baseball.
Yeah, that is the base.
So why do you put it by your toe? Because then it's a longer time.
No,
to
you
get
No,
see,
no,
in
no,
cricket,
it is
you hit
wrong.
with the top hand.
Right. Well, and now I've got till 2028 to make the American team.
Yeah, you got to have an American team, surely.
Yeah.
And you've got a chance to
Absolutely.
represent your country in the Olympics. But it's fantastic.
It's an amazing sport.
You know, it is great to know that cricket is going to be in the Olympics. We can announce that officially now,
Yep.
almost officially.
Yeah, it's going to
And
happen.
It's going to happen on the 16th, and that's going to be a huge transformation in the sport. Ambassador, you've taken the time off.
No.
It's not exactly a cool October. That's okay.
But
right?
I will sweat for cricket any day.
Wonderful.
And
Wonderful
congratulations to India.
Thank you
because
very
this
much.
wouldn't have happened without India's love of cricket.
That is great to hear. So thank you very much. Great news. I might actually now get back to practicing because who knows? There may be an Olympic medal in my life still there. What do you think? Rajdeep Sardesai with an Olympic medal for India today. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Ambassador.
Absolutely.